Hey guys, welcome to Soccer Fans Live. And this evening, we have interesting conversation for you. And today we'll be talking about Nigeria Gabon. And in the studio I have Pope with me and Engineer Goodby. So, all right, guys, do well to subscribe, like, and if you are just joining for the first time, your thought is very important in the comment section. So, Pope, let's quick talk about our game, the Nigeria Gabon game. The problem we face right now, I say, now we carry ourselves enter this wall because that group would have been one of the easiest. At least if you look at Nigeria history, it's one of the easiest group that Nigeria has ever been. You have the likes of Zimbabwe. The only threat I see there is South Africa and Nigeria, but at least we are now back in the playoff. So we are going to be playing Gabon in Morocco on the 13th of November. So what do you think? Do you think we have a chance?
Well, it's quite unfortunate that we keep finding ourselves in situations where we use, like we said, calculator by God's grace to qualify. I mean, so it's that bad, but we are here. It is what it is. We are here. So against Gabon, it's tricky.
Okay.
All right. Looking at the history, yes, the history might favor us in a sense. We've played 7 times. Nigeria has won 4 times, drew twice, Gabon won once. But then, let's look at the recent performances. These guys have scored 10 goals in their last 4 games. That's like an average of 2.5 per game. So this is a team that will want to score. Yes, Aubameyang might be out, but then if you have people in that team that can still rise up to the occasion and say, because this is what everybody wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not deceive ourselves. So Nigeria must not attempt that game with a mentality that it's going to be an easy win. It will not be an easy win. It will not be an easy game in itself. So that is where we stand at the moment. Now, of course, let's look at our own attack. Osimhen is, I mean, from the last game, Nigerian game, he was fantastic. I mean, he literally took Nigeria on the air and took us to this point. So, if not, we would have been out. But we can't so much rely alone on Osimhen. Everybody has to come in, bring their A game to the game. Yes, Osimhen is trying in the international front. He has scored, I think, 10 games so far. Yeah, 6 in the Champions League. I think the 6 in the Champions League. 6 in the Champions League, 3 in the league also. So he's trying his own best, but we cannot say, okay, Osimhen. So everybody has to bring their own A game into it. But we hope that everyone will come out and we hope we win the game.
Okay. There's this saying, because I don't hear some people they talk say Nigeria supposed to get upper hand, because if you look at, because they said Gabon has scored how many goals within 10 goals in. Now if you look at the team that they actually played, though even if you look at some of the teams that we played, Nigeria could have done better. But people they still talk say even the teams where Gabon play, with the form where they did, they're supposed to score the number of goals where they score. If you look at the Nigerian, group, you can see say Benin Republic, though you can't compare Benin Republic to where you find the Super Eagles, but we see how the likes of Zimbabwe, that has been in African Cup of Nations a couple of times. We have seen Benin in the African Cup of Nations a couple of times. We have seen South Africa even dominate as well. They are not strangers, but when you look at some of the teams that these guys have been playing, they look like those teams that they are just finding their foot in African football. So what do you think? What do you think on that note?
Well, I think it has to now depend on us, our defense. Okay, this is a team that it's not as if those they played too, they came to watch. They tried their own best too, but Gabon scored and they scored those number of goals. So our own defense too has to be able to do the job. And I think it still boils down to the coach, the selection. Because we have complained here several times about what kind of selection are we giving ourselves. Is the Nigerian coach, putting forward to play games. So he must not go to this game without knowing exactly what to do. Put your experienced players. If the midfield we have always complained about in Digi. get a replacement.
which is
Get
very
a
important.
replacement. Our wings.
Because they always dance. Go just the dance. It's Steve.
Yeah.
No be
Yes.
player with the flexible.
That's it.
Though he has tried for the Super Eagles.
Of
But
course,
we can get a better player.
Of course,
We can
every
get a
player
better
will
player.
run their time.
Yes.
So I feel indeed he has run his time.
Yes.
Let another player come in. So that's just it for me. The selection really matters. Gabon will not come out to say they are carrying the mentality
Yes.
that we have scored this number of goals and we are a
scoring
goal scoring team.
Yes.
So that's the mentality they will bring. They won't say they will not even say this is Nigeria, because it's not as if we were impressive.
Yes.
They are not coming with a fear in their heart, because we did the same level now. We both didn't qualify our outright. So that's it. So they are not. I don't think Gabon is coming with a fear in their hearts that we are playing Nigeria. We don't. Nigeria doesn't hold that fear again. That's the truth. We don't hold that fear.
I agree with you.
But I know, as far as this qualifying stage is concerned.
But I feel like there's still this kind of respect.
Yes, definitely.
When you see the squad, anybody will see Osimhen for front will fear.
Of course. And they will plan for him.
They will plan. And he goes, because if they plan for him, now like 2 players, then go the disturbance. So he will give us. So we have advantage actually. Yes, but just boil down. So Eric, we have praised you. You have done well so far. At least you gave us possible 14 points you gave us 14 points out of possible 18 points. And one thing where I see be say the man they hear what they make mistakes, but the next game he will correct them. So let's hope that Nigeria will have a better game. Now, one thing where I want to talk about is nobody is playing at home at this point.
Yeah.
Now everybody go Morocco, now neutral ground. Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think playing on the neutral ground would be an advantage to any of the team, probably Nigeria? Because one of the things we had see, we say, say most of our players they play for Europe.
Yeah.
And even some of their players too plays in Europe, plays in French league. Now, one of the challenge where I see with our players, we say they struggle when they play on Nigerian pitch. Come like I said that they down. So the ball will bounce. So it has not really favored us based on the fact that we don't have those facilities that this guy is trained with in Europe. So go to Morocco, because we know that some of these Northern African teams they have good stadium, good facilities. So do you think that will be to our own advantage, considering the fact that most of our players are playing in Europe and they play on good facilities?
Well, yes, it might be an advantage, but everything still boils down to who is the most hungry. Yes, the pitch might be an advantage. The fact that nobody is playing, the crowds are not sharing one more than except of course we don't know the population and all that. But it just gives both. I believe it gives both teams the advantage. I believe it gives both teams. I won't say it favors.
Do you think we have like a better chance?
Well, maybe I won't really dwell on that. Honestly, I won't dwell on the neutral ground thing. I mean, for your answer, with the chopper, I guess Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Lesotho. Why wouldn't we win in our own house? I mean, so we might say our pitches are bad and all that, but at least we should at least be able to do something. So that Nigeria didn't exactly impress us.
Yes.
So all we are hanging on now is hope. Yes.
And they say that these guys know they die. They say hope know they die. But your me say one time I see one hope we die.
So that is the thing. Yes, possibly the neutral ground might be an advantage. The new pitch might be an advantage.
All right. Then another thing I want to say is the fact that Abu will not be playing that game. We have our talisman, which is Victor Osimhen. At least they've played all the games. Now they are. I think they've traveled down to Morocco, so we have an advantage. This guy that has scored, I think he scored 3 or 4 goals in their last game. Their talisman Abumayan has a red card, and he's not going to play that much. So do you think that will have a negative effect on their gameplay, while that will be to the Super Eagles' advantage, because now we have Osimhen and Osimhen is fully fit? So what do you think about this?
And yes, well, it depends on the squad that they are taking them. or I want to believe that the coach will have a plan. Yeah, of course, deep down it might affect them. Honestly, if Osimhen is not playing for Nigeria, even we fans,
You go feel am.
we go feel am.
We dey feel
Doesn't
am.
have to talk of the people on the pitch.
Yes.
Because Osimhen is someone that can use, and that's what I hope Nigeria does in that game. Use every means to get the ball.
Yes.
If you see that playing on ground, they are on him. Please use the hair. This is someone that can
Yes.
use any part of his
Any
body.
part. If you use bomb, use and put ball for inside net.
There you get. So I'm sure the coach will have a plan, but of course I think it will affect them.
All right. Then I think the last but not the least, what do you think now? If we're able to beat Gabon, do you think it will because we have Congo, DR Congo, and Cameroon.
Cameroon, yeah.
So I don't know because if you look at Cameroon, you have Mbuemo. Mbuemo is playing very well. You have Baleba in Brighton, and also if you look at, I think Wisa. I don't know if Wisa is injured for DR Congo. They did well in the last African Cup of Nations, though they didn't win it. I think they got to the semi-finals or quarter-final. So, looking at these two teams, do you think if we advance to the final, Nigeria will be able to win that game?
Well, I would say let's win this one first. Yeah, of course. Like I said, Nigeria is just hanging up hope. I keep repeating, we shouldn't have found ourselves in this kind of position, in this kind of mess we are in. But of course, like I said, it is what it is. But we're hanging on hope that advancing from the Gabon, we'll be able to beat either Cameroon or DR. But of course, as a true Nigerian, we are positive.
I think Cameroon has not really been a threat recently. Most of the matches we've been winning against the Cameroonians. So, and I think whoever team that wants to play now, just as it be like say those guys they are head on the correct sometimes. But any team that wants to play the Super Eagles in Africa, there is this fear because come on, after Morocco, we have the most expensive. I think Morocco's squad is about 400 something million pounds, and Super Eagles has about 270 something million pounds. So if you look at DR Congo, even if you look at Cameroon, Cameroon too is a bit expensive, I think 100 something million pounds. So no team will want to play against the Super Eagles that would not say, we have to plan against these guys because we have some good players that can hurt you on their day. Yes, they will hurt you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but for me, I get one. I don't dey talk and say if Nigeria can scale through this playoff, the African stage, the Confederation stage, I believe that we don't have a threat over there. It should be like an easy route for Nigeria to just grab our ticket and book our place in the FIFA World Cup 2026 in the United States of America. So what do you think about that? Do you think that route, if we win the African part, do you think that the Confederation part will be easy for Nigeria to scale through and get their ticket?
Well, yes, if we carry the hunger,
Okay.
if we carry the hunger, especially the hunger that we saw in that last game, if everybody can carry the passion and hunger that will see men out in that game, because that's only one reference, that's or maybe one or two or three references that we have from that last match that Nigeria played. If they can carry that passion and hunger, honestly, there is nothing impossible.
Do you think we need hunger? Because this thing we are talking about, we're talking about Haiti. We are talking about Bolivia. No, those Bolivians had to go beat them for their house because they're in an island.
Yeah.
But if they come neutral, because all these matches we won't play on a neutral ground. And Nigeria does well against most of these teams, except for the top tier. Even for the top tiers, the way you play your game is that's how Nigeria will approach it.
Yeah, but you said it yourself that you could just find one player with one individual brilliance that will just say, today I'm carrying my team.
Yeah.
And it all boils down to your own players too. That's why I said the hunger and the passion has to be there. If the defense is shitty, anything will score against you. So you have to just Nigeria needs to score. Start scoring early and score as much as you can. You can't just go into games that I said we are paying 80. Nothing.
Because the last time we went for a Confederation Cup, one Haiti, one of those things we will play. Now 6-0 the truffle. Now only Spain. So I know they see those.
Yeah, I understand. But like I said, we don't don't just underplay anything.
That's true.
Go with the hunger, go with the passion.
That's true.
And
That's true.
please let the coach make good selections. I mean, it's very important. Because in the last game, if we didn't have the likes of Osimhen and I think one of the defenders that were just there. I mean, Frederick, not work. I mean,
Frederick did very well.
Myself and you we will not be here today. Everybody go there. You say, Nigeria. Wow.
If there's an English like it is Sadoni.
Of course there is. Of course there is.
We have found ourselves in this situation.
Yeah.
But like with the top Nigerians, we believe in God.
But then there's one thing people are saying too, that the coach, the referee for that is South African. And Nigeria, South Africa, South Africa, Ghana, we get that history. We get that.
Well, I feel like if not that Nigeria was able to defeat Benin, if Benin had actually won the game and top the group, South Africa will not even qualify for the playoffs. So they themselves they praise us. So the South African referee, I know.
But then that does not take away the rivalry.
I know say that they watch them now. Take your time. Take your time. But I believe that with our brilliance and the Super Eagles team and our players, I think we should be able to scale through and get to the world. Is it the Confederation stage where we meet, international stage where we meet the other teams and we get our ticket. So hopefully, let's hope. Since Nigeria, they always strive on hope. Let's hope. So I hope we do. Now hope we do. So guys, pray for Nigeria and do well to support the Super Eagles, because I always see most of them now they get negative comments everywhere you go. They talk support use Premier League. Sabi, are you a citizen of England? Support your team. Support the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We are going to Morocco to get our ticket and play the international stage to get our final ticket to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So do well to support Super Eagles. And don't forget to do what? To like, subscribe. And your thought is very important. What do you think? Who do you think will win this playoff? Let us know in the comment section. And we'll see you in our next video. What do we see at this point? Peace out.